George
Okay.
Kilpatrick Inspiration for the Nation, celebrating people that we feel good about on September 7th. We will have in Syracuse, New York, the Literacy Parade and Festival taking place at the Brighton Academy, 315 West Brighton Avenue in Syracuse. Although people usually go around the Lafayette Avenue side, but that's okay. The official address is 315 West Brighton Avenue, and I will be there. There'll be lots of good stuff. Susan Keeter is with the literacy group. What is the group you're with? Let's talk about that.
So Light a Candle for Literacy is this wonderful nonprofit that's centered on the south side of Syracuse. It was founded by Geneva Hayden, who was I think a teaching assistant at Brighton for years. She had a library in her house. She just, she's the woman that everybody wishes they had in a neighborhood. A kind, smart, loving, open-hearted person who nurtured lots and lots of kids around there. She's with us now. She's gotten a little older. And so she's kind of passed the baton on to some other folks. But a central part of Light a Candle for Literacy is this fall children's book festival that has lots of community support and brings in authors and illustrators from all over, and community groups and entertainment and so on. And the point of it is for kids to get free books. And they earn the books by participating in the festival. You talk to an author, you get a sticker. You find out more about performing arts organization in your community, you get a sticker. You find out how to get involved in On Point for College. When you're ready to go to college, you get a sticker, and so on. 4 stickers, you get a free book. 4 more stickers, you get another free book. It's a beautiful bookstore that's set up so the kids get to pick what they want. So it's delightful.
And one of the delightful things about the Literacy Parade and Festival through Light a Candle for Literacy is I'm going to be there. So yay! In partnership, pleased to participate and be a partner with the festival. And it's something that I've been involved with off and on for some years. When I say involved with, I mean either being a part of the parade or just helping to spread the word about literacy and the power of reading in our community. And I love the focus, right? I love the focus. Susan Keeter, who is herself an illustrator and author, and we'll carve out a few minutes later on to talk about her work, some of which you see right behind. If you're watching us on YouTube, you can see some of her work right behind her. But this is such a lovely way of doing it. I like, so basically, my father used to say this, that, well, it's like a library card, but he would say the library card as a passport to a free education. He really believed in the power of libraries. A self-taught individual. He got as high as his associates on paper, but this man was a scholar, always reading, always imploring us to read. And when I think of what you said about collecting stamps, to me, it's like collecting passports. And as you collect the passports, you're able to then create your own passport to a free education and to liberate your mind and your thinking, because we know that statistically, we got a ways to go and to improve literacy with our community, Susan. And so festivals like this that make this a priority for our community is so important.
Absolutely. And there's a whole range of things. I mean, books broaden your world. Books help you understand your own feelings and your attitudes. And reading, as we know, is really practical. If someone you love doesn't know how to read the prescription they got from their doctor, or doesn't know how to read the contract when they go to buy a car or whatever, those things are so destructive in your life. And we got to know how to read. It's mostly about joy. It's mostly about depth of experience, but it's also really practical. You want to, for employment, for financial health, for physical health. We've got to be comfortable reading and writing.
And so it's Saturday, September 7th. Mark your calendars, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Now, the parade is going to be before the actual festival. Let's talk about the parade and how people can participate in that.
Well, the parade starts at noon at Beecham Library on the corner of Salina and Colvin, and then we march over to the festival site. And I really would encourage anybody to sign up. It's a joyful experience, and it bonds you with folks. We have community groups, dance troops, music troops. We've got AMR, the ambulance company is going to come and have EMTs march and an ambulance go along, and then they're going to be at the festival site so kids can see what it looks like, find out what that career is like. But I would also encourage individuals, you just feeling the festival, just come and march with everybody. We're going to have some signs honoring folks in our community. We lost the great educator Marjorie Carter and the lawyer Langston McKinney recently. So we're going to have
Judge,
what did I say?
Lawyer.
Lawyer, now judge. Yeah. Lawyer.
Yeah. Let's not take it away. He's Judge McKinney, always and forever.
So much loved, revered folks. I think we're going to have signs for Jeanette Epps, our hometown astronaut.
Right.
And folks can just come grab one of those, celebrate the great people of Syracuse, walk, move a little to the music. It's great. So bring your community groups, but also just bring yourself and march in the parade.
I think this is so important. I hope my frat brother Nate Brown is listening, because one of the things that we believe in is an assault on illiteracy, right? We want to make sure that we, as a fraternity, Omega Psi Phi, but many other Greek letter organizations, are part of the initiative to really encourage reading or re-encourage reading. Look, there's Book Buddies with the United Way in their program, Syracuse Reads Plus, and all of these different initiatives. We can't do enough, I believe, Susan, to put this in perspective and to shine. Oh, wait, no, let me say it right. We must light a candle for literacy.
Yeah.
and make this, and so you got the parade, you got all the good stuff happening with the parade, and then we get to the festival site. We'll have people out, and is there still time? Are you looking for more people to participate vendor-wise and sponsorship-wise? Are you still looking for that?
Absolutely. And it's easy to remember, lightacandleforliteracy.org. Then you go to the event, and then there are online sign-up sheets. We need volunteers, people willing to help set up the bookstore, set up the tables, direct people to the restrooms and the lunch. There's a lunch donated by Tops Market. So we are looking for volunteers. We're looking for entertainers. We're looking for community groups that would like to have a table and give out literature. We've got and we've got health information, community services, educational services. We'd also like people just to do we encourage everybody to do activities. I'm gonna do make your own book and maybe some portraits of those famous people done by the kids. So yes, please sign up.
Light a Candle for Literacy.org. Susan Keeter joining us. And as you were talking about some of the things going on, I just kept thinking about the kinds of books. Do you need books donated, for example, or are you good with that?
Well, our supporters have been very generous with the books, and we're having a number of authors and illustrators come in, and they will be bringing books. So I certainly don't want to say don't bring books, but that's probably the most solid part of this.
That piece is taken care of, and
is robust.
And for the books that kids can collect, is it for just kids to collect books, or are we talking about anybody who does the passports, the collector stamps?
Because we've got for all ages, certainly, you know, a mother and her baby. We're not going to say, oh, sorry.
Right.
I mean, it is geared towards children, and the books are all geared towards children, but certainly, you know, if you're there for your child, certainly.
Let's make it happen. And so, who are some of the authors that will be in there?
Well, we're going to have Uzo Unabaga is going to be there. There's Shanisha Johnson from coming all the way from California. Our local hero, London Ladd, who's on the faculty at SU and really killing it with national awards for his fabulous illustrations. I'm gonna be there. And those are some of the folks I can think of right now. We're still recruiting there, and I don't have the list in front of me, but we've got some great, we had, I think, a dozen authors and illustrators last year. And so one of the things I want to remind the kids is when you go up to a table, ask the person who they are. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Because we have had the experience in the past of kids having a fun conversation with somebody, and then the person says, would you like to know anything about what it took to write this book? And they're like, you wrote this book? You know, I just thought you were a nice person. So, so find out about their careers. You know, you got some talent. You know, just the idea that somebody will pay you lots of money to paint pictures that they're going to print into a book is something that a young child who likes to draw needs to know about.
Light a Candle for Literacy Parade and Festival, 1 to 4 p.m. at the Brighton Academy, 350 West Brighton Avenue. Of course, most people go around on the Lafayette Avenue side, which is likely where all of this is going to be taking place. And of course, the Literacy Parade kicking off at the Bishop Library, located at the corner of South Salina Street and East Colvin Street, and it goes to west on the other side of Salina. And so we encourage organizations, groups to sign up and be a part of the parade and light a candle for literacy. Now, Susan, let's model what we want the kids to do. So you're an illustrator, you're an author. So Susan, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, thank you. I think that we talked a few years ago when this book that I illustrated was a finalist for an NAACP award, National NAACP award.
And what's the name of the book?
Honey Baby Sugar Child. I will say that I lost out to Jada Pinkett Smith, which I can live with, but pretty good company. One of the entertainers that we're going to have at the festival is a minister from Rochester who portrays Harriet Tubman. She will be there all day in character. So kids are encouraged to ask her about herself, and just keep in mind that she's going to be responding from a 19th century perspective. So I'm also going to have copies of the book I did, illustrated on an apple for Harriet Tubman. More local history. I wrote this book about Dr. Sarah Logan, you know, the Logan family, who had the main station of the Underground Railroad. She was one of the first Black women to become a doctor, first in Dominican Republic. Anyway, it's a good read. They're all local, Mary Walker, Elizabeth Blackwell, and so on and so forth. So what I would say to kids is pursue things that you care about. Don't think that you have to be great. There's always going to be somebody else. There's going to be that other kid in class who does better on a test or answers things quicker or draws anime characters better than you or whatever. But there is a place for you, and you are unique. Whoever you are, there will never be another you. So just have faith. You're unique. You have talents. You have a heart. So just trust it and work on the good stuff.
One more minute for you, Susan, on you. How did you become an illustrator?
Well, in my case, drawing, I was an okay student. Drawing was always the thing I was good at. And it was always a thing I was good at. And as I got older, book illustration appealed to me more than gallery work, even though I exhibited in museums, but books touch everybody. You know, a percentage of people go to art museums, but a lot more people go to bookstores and libraries and read and so on. So I liked that. Plus, I just really enjoy being around children. I had the very distinct advantage of my mother and stepfather had an art school that they ran out of my house. So had access to some materials, although they made me pay for them so that I would value them. And I got some art history lessons there, went to art school. So it's just work at your skills. Don't worry about, other people have different skills, appreciate them, feel happy for them, work on your own skills. You've got something to offer.
And we got something to offer you. Light a candle for literacy parade and festival on Saturday, September the 7th. Parade begins at Bishop Library at noon. Line up, volunteers sign up, lightacandleforliteracy.org, and then join us for the party and festival at 1 to 4 at 350 West Brighton Avenue. That's the Brighton Academy, otherwise known as the Danforth School. Everybody knows it, old school Danforth, right? And by the way, I believe Jeanette Epps went to Danforth School, and I believe that I actually met her there when she was here during her visit to Syracuse. Well, she was just visiting home, but during her visit to Syracuse, and I was able to meet her during that time. And at that time, she was about to go for the mission that she didn't go on, but she's on this mission now, and she loves her hometown. But we want you to love the joy of reading. lightacandleforliteracy.org, Literacy Parade and Festival, 1-4 350 West Brighton Avenue, Brighton Academy, lightacandleforliteracy.org. Sign up, join, and we look forward to a great time. And you'll get to meet people like Susan Keeter, who will be there as part of the Light a Candle for Literacy. And shout out to a very dear Geneva Hayden for lighting a candle for literacy. Yeah, Susan Keeter.
A wonderful person. Wonderful person.
Susan Keeter, we thank you for joining us. Any last thoughts that you want to share?
We have a lot of people who are absolute blessings in this community. Geneva is high on that list, and I hope she will be able to be there. But they'll be great. And we'll do a group sing of This Little Light of Mine, thanks to the Magical Musical Squad, who's going to do a sing-along, a creative sing-along. So you don't want to miss that.
Litacandleforliteracy.org, litacandleforliteracy.org, litacandleforliteracy.org. George Kilpatrick, Inspiration for the Nation.
Thank you.